Hello everyone! So this video is a collab with Cyprus. In here, we're going to finally answer the whole thing with quad drive, what's going on with it and everything. So we did do a video a little bit incomplete, but not too much, where we took a look at the system. I don't know if I'll do a sequel with the layers because it's a little bit difficult just to do it for the drivers, but we're gonna get started. I got this playing at 50% when we're looking through the actual model itself. So this is Xtend plus Q. So you can see, I usually have two of them, one where I show it normal. So you can see it's got this weird little roundish cap thing. And I have it there. So what I'm gonna show in a second is I'm going to actually delete it and show what's inside of it. So you're gonna give it a second for it to actually do it because I am slowing this down by 50%. But you can see, the first mode that it seems to have is this sort of roundish, kind of like hypersphere-ish shape. And it looks pretty tall. So nice side profile of the thing just to get an idea. And there, deleted the thing. So now when we actually take a look inside the performance tip, it's much different of a shape. You know, this is what leads me to believe that it is extremely likely we will have two modes. You will notice it has a little sharp parts there. And you will notice those two little slots there seem to be where you would put the attachment on the actual driver. So it does seem pretty interesting. Now keep in mind also a disclaimer is that it is very hard to go with the app models and take a look at it. I have to basically see through all the shapes there and kind of go through and delete. So I might have accidentally deleted some things here and there, but it's just to get a general idea. But we can see right off the bat that the shapes are certainly going to be unique. And this is what led to me and Cyprus both agreeing on that what if quad drive could refer to low and high mode for the layers and maybe a low version of the performance tip and a high version of the performance tip where it's like short and tall. Now this would certainly be interesting. You can see me doing it again and again. Now I don't know if it's going to be a type of thing where specific tips will work with specific attachments or if they all work the same on different tips. I would assume probably there's some sort of variation with it, but as far as the tip system is concerned, it seems interesting, and I'm very, very curious to see where they're gonna go. For our next one, I believe this is supposed to be Zephyr, but it looks like press. So we can see the little press shape on there and everything. And honestly, the concept of it sounds very neat, so it's very hard to hate on it. The only way I could probably dislike it in the future is maybe if, like, I don't know, they don't have like good stamina or they're too tall or whatever. So you can see inside, that's actually Zephyr. And what's interesting is that it's what leads me to believe they probably have different slots for the thing. Now I could be wrong, but also those little parts there kind of look similar to how you would attach the Plus V gear. Kind of. Yeah, actually, you wanna know what? The slots look very similar to attaching for V gear. Extremely similar, so I don't know. It could be a coincidence. This could be how they introduced maybe the V gear. I have no idea. That's why I like to say that I have no clue how this system is going to work. So this is crazy just to talk about. But you can see that it does seem like you would push and I guess lock it in. It would make a lot of sense to me. I would also probably assume that if they do Plus V, that's similar to the chips in the past, it would be plastic, not metal. But yeah, that is Zephyr, and again, it's very cool to get context to these tips. I think there's one where they repeat the model, which probably is why it's not finished. I'm pretty sure it is flat though, but we'll get to that in a second. You can just see again a side profile of the tip and everything, which again, it does look pretty short, so that's what makes me think low and high mode for performance tips. So as I'm standing and talking about it, let's see as I eventually move on to the next one. There we go. That one is supposed to be, I believe that one's supposed to be Assault. I'm pretty sure anyways. What is that supposed to be Assault? I'm pretty sure it is actually Assault Q in the app, but yeah, so it's got a similar attachment. Seemingly, it's got a similar attachment to the Xtend Plus. So obviously in the inside, it's got the same sharp parts, but I'm just gonna chalk this up to probably, again, it could just be a very early model. I highly doubt they would have the exact same thing. They're probably still going through corrections. I'm assuming when they update it, obviously we'll get more context. So That's why I said for very specific things, there might be some things that aren't 100% or things that probably will change later on. So keep that in mind. But I think the general concept seems to make a lot of sense where it is tall and then it is short. So it's a cool concept. It's a cool concept. And I'm hoping that they take advantage of this because it's something TT didn't do. And it's something that could end up being really, really good. Maybe. So this is the one where I believe it's massive, but it's part fugal on there. So this one also has a similar attachment to Zephyr. As you can see, the massive Q. So I do zoom in on the symbol just to show and everything. So in a few seconds, we're actually going to see it with the actual attachment off. But again, this is something very, very interesting. So you're going to see it right there. It's gonna go. It's gonna go now. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. Yeah, the side profile of the thing. All right. Now you see it. Any second now, when I decide to actually do it. Yeah, I'm actually going on this from what I recorded, but I slowed it down. All right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, honestly, I think it's, yeah, you can see it's the massive shape. So what do you think? I'm thinking that the drivers are going to have a low and a high mode, short and tall. What do you think?
Yeah, 2 + 2 makes 4.
2 + 2 makes 4. That's the quote of the day, everybody. Don't forget to do your maths. Yeah, this one also says, so they're very similar for a lot of them. So this one, I'm not too sure. This one looks a little bit different too. Each of them look a little bit different on the slots and everything. So I do think probably there's going to be specific ones for specific tips. It's either, so far, it's either 3 or 2 variations so far we've seen of this. And again, it's looking pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Now all they gotta do is make sure that the tips are actually good for Hasbro bays. Alright, so I just go over... Oh, this was the one that kind of threw me off. Because I know I'm showing this in the order, but the V thing or whatever, because I don't know... I've looked at the symbol Adventure, and I don't know what symbol, as we're going to get to that next one. Where is it? Right there. I don't know what that symbol is supposed to be. Now, what's interesting is that every single symbol seems to have, like, Q around it. So that's kind of part of the design aesthetic, I guess. I guess Q, yeah, Q for quad. So I don't think this is, I made the guess that it was this Venture, so this was actually for Needle. So hold on. So you'll see how it looks really weird and sharp on the bottom and everything and super tall. And then after you're gonna see in a moment when I actually just take it off the thing, but yeah. They all got really weird shapes. So what's more curious than the bays is going to be the stadium. Now, unfortunately, even if the next app update was supposed to come in August, even if they update with more of this stuff, the stadium in the app is obviously not accurate to the stadium IRL. In the app, they make the stadium look so cool, big like the anime. We will probably get a vague idea of what the stadium could be like, and also what the stadium name could be. This is also waiting on factors such as listings and whatever, so it wants to go on. So we can see again. This was me realizing I had to pause. There we go. And that's Needle. And again, same slots as I added highlighter there just to show. So, like I'll keep on saying the word "so" in this video. What I want to see is how they're going to handle performance tips like Venture, Never, Kick, Shot, Quattro. What if they call Quattro Quad for the rename for Hasbro as a joke? We never know. All kidding aside though, I do hope that now one thing I'm curious about is if Vanish is going to have Xtend plus Q, because I'm pretty sure it had it in the app, or if that's just a mistake. Because that would be very weird if they don't do it, or maybe they might do it where they separate the main tips or something like that. I don't know. I do have a small fear that we might not get those Q versions of the tips, or not right away, or they might do some weird thing where maybe we have to buy another thing just to get it. who knows, who knows. I just hope they don't do the thing where they lock it in a set, which is something I never really liked. Which TT is guilty of that too, but yeah, that's kind of the end of the segment there. So this was a closer look at the Hasbro stuff. The other thing is the layers, but the unfortunate thing is, with the layers, is that there are 3 things I have to isolate. I would have to isolate the armor piece, which it does seem like the thing has an armor, the chip, and then after just the actual blade or whatever they call it. It's a very tedious thing, and it's something I don't know if we're going to do a sequel on. Not even as, like, I don't want to, just something that seems very difficult. I will try to, but as far as this new system goes, it seems very, very interesting. I am all for it, and here's to hoping that they do a good job with DB. I think they really need to do a good job after the massive disappointment with Surge. The ball's in their park, I guess, so let's hope they play right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Cyprus, link in the description below, and have an awesome and amazing day.